Brother Yatazadak back once again with another live lesson. As always, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Rakak Qudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Today we're going to go into Jeremiah chapter 41, going into the Hebrew. So Lord willing, you're edified, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Rakak Qudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. All right. Before we get started, we can get some background, right? Because Jeremiah chapter 40 was centered around, let's get that real quick. So Jeremiah was released from the captain of the guard of Nebuchadnezzar. All right. He was released, returned back to the people. Let's see. Yep, so Gedaliah, let's see, Jeremiah went to Gedaliah at Mizpah, dwelt with him, and the king of Babylon made Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, governor of the land. All right, they went to Gedaliah at Mizpah. Let's see, then they came to Gedaliah at Mizpah, and Ismail, son of Nethaniah, Jonathan. Yes, all right. So that's what this next chapter is leading into, all right? Gedaliah be murdered. Now let's get some background on that. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Starting with the 144,000 and a great multitude that will be delivered out of America, Babylon the Great. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. Has 100% truth. We are in America, Babylon the Great. The RFID chip is Mark of the Beast. The Israelites were the so-called Black Hispanic, are the so-called Black Hispanic and Native Americans. All right. We're out here prophesying, all right, about the coming of the RFID chip, Mark of the Beast, martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, all right, world economic collapse, digital system being introduced, all right. Most High is going to destroy America, Babylon the Great with thermonuclear fire. All right, that's the lake of fire in the book of Revelation. And so the Lord is going to redeem the remnant of his people, all right, via the deliverance, the chariots, which are the holy angels, Yahweh Shai. Hamashiach is who you call Jesus Christ. The Black Messiah is going to return to deliver his people. The remnant, 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be coerced into taking the chip. You're going to be destroyed, all right? And the remnant will be delivered, changed in the blink of an eye, given angelic bodies, returned back to the Holy Land, Jerusalem. And then the armies of the earth are going to fight the second coming of Yahweh Shai. And, right, the Israelites will rule the earth. All right? So these things are written to come to pass according to the scriptures. All right? But anyways, so this is the background on Jeremiah chapter 41. All right, so Gedaliah was the Babylonian appointed governor of Judah. Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, is a royal descendant. All right, so it says in the Bible, Jeremiah 41, Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, a royal descendant, assassinated Gedaliah, the Babylonian appointed governor of Judah, at Mizpah, despite warnings about his treacherous plot, leading to the murder of other Jews and Babylonian soldiers and subsequent flight to Egypt, symbolizing a tragic betrayal and loss of hope for the remnant. All right, Gedaliah, a trusted official appointed by King Nebuchadnezzar to govern the remaining people in Judah after Jerusalem's fall, promoting peace and stability. Ishmael, a member of the royal family and a military captain, that's of the family of Judah, the Judites, resentful of Babylonian rule and Gedaliah's conciliatory policies, possibly motivated by ambition or serving the king of Ammon. All right. What happened? The appointment after Babylon conquered Judah, Nebuchadnezzar made Gedaliah governor of the land, establishing the center at Mizpah. The warning: Johanan, another military leader, warned Gedaliah that Ishmael was plotting to kill him, but Gedaliah dismissed the warning. So the betrayal, it leads to the betrayal. Ishmael, with 10 men, came to a feast with Gedaliah at Mizpah and murdered him and the Babylonian soldiers present, along with other Jews. Ishmael then killed 80 men, bringing offerings to the temple, and took captives, including the prophet Jeremiah, forcing them towards Ammon. Johanan and his forces rescued the captives, but fear of the Babylonian reprisal led most of the remaining Jews, including Jeremiah, to flee to Egypt against Jeremiah's warnings. All right. So let's Jeremiah chapter 41. So this is chapter 41, verse 1. The header of the chapter is Gedaliah is murdered. So it reads, and it came to pass in the month 7th, came Ishmael the son of Nethaniah, the son of Eliashimai, from the seed of the king, and the princes of the king, and 10 men with him, unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahiaquam, to Mizpah, and they ate their bread together in Mizpah. So it reads, Wa Yahaya ba Chadash ha Shabyaya ba Yashmaala ban Nathaniah ban Eliashimai Mazarai ha Malkah wa Rabia ha Malak wa Asherah Anashiam Athawa al Gadal Yahweh ban Ahiaquam ha Matazaptha Waya Akal Wa Sham Laham or Lacham Salakia. Just bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to get this thing situated. I don't know why it's not playing. Alright. Yachadwa ba Matazapah. Jeremiah 41 and 2. And he arose Ishmael the son of Nethaniah, and 10 men which were with him, and they smote unto Gedaliah the son of Chayaquam, son of Shaphan, upon the sword, and they put to death unto him which and they put to death unto the one which was appointed by the king of Babylon unto Salakia. Then they put to death unto him which was appointed by the king of Babylon in the land. Wa Yaquam Yashamayala Ba Nathaniah Wa Asharath Ha Anashiam Ashar Hayawa Athawa Wa Yakwa Atha Gadol Yahweh Ban Achayaquam Ban Shapan Bacharab Wayamath Athawa Ashar Ha Pakyad Malak Babal Ba Aratazah. All right, Slack here, just bear with me 1 second. Jeremiah 41:3. And unto all the Jews which were with him, unto Gedaliah, with Gedaliah in Mizpah, and unto the Chaldeans which were found there, with the men of battle or of war, he smote Ishmael. Wa'atha kol Yahwadayim Ashar Hayawa Athawa Atha Gadal Yahweh Ba Matazapa Wa'atha Ha Kashadium Ashar Na Mataza Awa Sham Atha Anashia Ha Malachama Haka Yashamayal. Jeremiah 41:4. And it came to pass in the day the second, after he had put to death unto Gedaliah and the men, and no man knew it. While Yahaya Bayam Ha Shanya La Ha Mayath Atha Gadol Yahweh Wa Ayash La'a Yadai. Jeremiah 41:5. And there came men from Shechem, from Shiloh, and from Samaria, uh, 80 men being, let's see, shaven. Yep, because that was a sign of mourning. All right. That's in the book of Ecclesiasticus. You have a relative that would pass away. You would well, it's figurative. All right. Like in the book of Job, he plucked his hair, he plucked off his beard, you know? Like in right, as a sign of mourning. All right? Because that's a natural response of the body. All right? You're plucking off hairs because you're nervous off your face, and you know. So it says 80 men being shaven, their beards and rent. Let's look at that word, which is korai. To rent, to tear, to tear. All right. And torn garments, wa korai wa bagadyam, and cut, being cut. So they weren't cutting themselves, you know, like the heathens do. You know, Ishmael has festivals where they slash themselves or they whip themselves. They do that in certain parts of monks in Asia. You know, they'll whip themselves, and you know, that's supposed to be like a some kind of ritual. All right, it's off. All right. The Lord never said whip yourself and, you know, slap yourself, you know, over and over, you know. That's wicked. All right? So it says being cut. And with offerings and incense in their hand to enter into the house of the Lord, or to bring them into the house of the Lord. Waya ba'awa anashyam ma shakam ma shalwa wa ma shamaran shamanyam ayash ma galachya zakwan wa koraiwa bagadyam wa matha gadadyam wamanach wa labana bayadam laha Baya'a, Bayath, Yahweh. Verse 6 says, And he went out, Ishmael the son of Nathaniah, to meet them from Mizpah, going, or Salakia, uh, going, and weeping. And it came to pass, according to when he reached them, I believe that's what it means, Pagash. Yep, to meet together. To encounter. So sometimes it's read as Pagash or Pagai, which is to reach, to overtake. All right, to reach out unto. All right. According to when he reached them, a thumb. And he said unto them, Go unto Gedaliah the son of Achayaquam, Wayataza'a Ya Shemayalu, Ba Nathaniah, La Quara'atham, Man Ha Matazapa, Halak, Wa Baka, Waya Haya, Ka Pagash Atham, Wayamar Al Yaham, Ba'awa Al Gadal Yahweh, Ban Achayaquam. Salakia, just bear with me 1 second. Verse 7. And it came to pass, upon entering into the midst of the city, and he slaughtered them, Ishmael the son of Nathaniah, unto those unto the midst of the pit, he and the men which were with him. All right. Basically, he slew them and he threw them in the midst of the pit. All right. Wayahaya ka ba'am al thak Ha-Ayar, Waya Shachatam, Yashmael, Bun Nathaniah, Al-Thak, Ha-Bawar, Hawa, Waha Anashiam, Ashur, Athawa. Verse 8. And the 10 men which were found amongst them, and there were 10 men that were found amongst them, and they said unto Ishmael, do not put us to death, because there is unto us, treasures in the field, wheat and barley and oil and honey. And he left off, and he forbare, and he did not put them to death in the midst of their brethren, of those amongst their brethren. Wa Ashara Anashiam Na Mataza Awa Bum Wa Amarwa Al Yashmael Al Thamathnawa Kaya Yasha Lanawa Ma Tamanyam Ba Shada Khatyam Wa Sha'aryam Wa Shaman Wa Tabash Waya Khadol Wa La'a Ha Mayatham Ba Bathak Ach Yaham. Now let's look at some of these words. You got the first one is Taman, which means to bury. All right. Strong's H 2934. That word is taman. To hide, to bury, to hide, especially under the earth, to bury. To bury, to hide, same thing. All right. Slovakia. Let's look at the next word. Chata, wheat. Barley, sha'ar. That's pretty much it for that. Jeremiah 49 and 10. Reads, in the pit which he cast there Ishmael unto all of the corpses of the men which were smitten by the hand of Gedaliah, he and which those have made the king Asa from before Baasha, the king of Israel, with them filled he Ishmael the son of Thaniah with those that were slain, which halal yum just means those that were pierced through. All right. So it reads Waha Bawar Ashar Ha Shalyak Sham Yashmayala Atha Kal Pagarya Ha Nashim Ashar Haka Bayad Gadal Yahweh Hawa Ashar Aisha Hamalak Asa'a Ma Panya Ba Asha'a Ba Ashya Ba Asha'a Malak Yasharala Atawa Mala'a Yashamayala Ban Natanyahawa Halal Yum. So King Asa had made that previously some pits because more than likely he was going to war with Baasha, the king of Israel. All right, so that's why those pits were originally made. All right. Jeremiah 41:10. And he took captive Ishmael unto all that which remained of the people which were in Mizpah with the daughters of the king, with the king's daughters. Hold on, let's look this up real quick. Jeremiah. So he was the son of Nethaniah. Yep. So he was a Judite, all right, but he was not of the current kings or king. Well, there was no king because Nebuchadnezzar had put Zedekiah to death and his sons. All right. So this was a rogue individual of the royal lineage. All right. Just to get some background on that a little bit more. All right, and so he was a former king's officer. All right, and so it says he was hostile towards Babylonian rule and resented Gedaliah, whom he saw as a puppet governor, possibly fueled by Ammonite promises. King Baalis. All right. So this Jake he was bugging out. All right, he said, F the Babylonians and all right, well, I'm gonna get the kingdom back, but first I gotta, do it by force. We probably had the Ammonites in his ear, and telling him, look, we'll back you up, okay? We'll help you defend against the Babylonians, yada yada yada. All right. So it says he arrived at Mizpah with 10 men and assassinated Gedaliah while they shared a meal. All right. He killed all the Jews and Babylonian soldiers present. He massacred 80 pilgrims who came to the temple, throwing their bodies into a cistern. All right. So those men massacred were Jake's pilgrimaging to Jerusalem. All right, which is why they had cuts. Because they were traveling far off. All right, in mourning. All right, so they didn't really care to, all All right. To be at pristine condition, because it was it was a sign of mourning, putting on sackcloth and, you know, casting dust upon your head. Not literally, but, of course, in during mourning, you're kind of like, you know, you're not in an upkeep state. So it says he took the remaining people, including the king's daughters, captive. The outcome is, which we're going to read, Johanan, son of Kariah, pursued Ishmael, rescued most of the captives, and Ishmael fled to the Ammonites with a few followers. So it says his story highlights the political instability and violence after Jerusalem's fall. It demonstrates a failure to heed prophetic warnings from Jeremiah and the dangers of personal ambition over God's will. All right, so that's the main lesson at hand. All right. Now let's get back to Book of Jeremiah. Salakia. So it says, in Mizpah, and even unto the daughters of the king, and unto all the people that remained in Mizpah, which Salakia, he had appointed Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahiaquam, and he took them captive Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and he went to cross over unto the land of Ammon, basically to the sons of Ammon. Wayashab Yashamayala Atha call Sha'aryath Ha'aim Ashar Ba Ma Tazapa Atha Banath HaMalak Wa Atha call Ha'aim Ha Nasha'aryam Ba Ma Tazpa Ashar Ha Pakyad Naba Zar Adan Rab Tabachyam Atha Gadal Yahawu Ban Chayaquam Wayashabam Yashamayala Ban Nathanya Wayalak La Ibar Al Banya Aman. So the next header of this chapter is Johanan rescues the people. All right. Jeremiah 41 and 11. And he heard Yochanan, the son of Korach, and all of the princes of the forces which were with him, unto all of the evil which he had done Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah. Vayishamai Yochanan ban Korach, Wakal Sharya Chachayalyam Ashar Athawa Atha Kal Ha Raya Ashar Aisha Yashamayala Ban Nathaniah. Verse 12 says, and they took unto all the men, and they took unto themselves unto all the men, and they went to fight with Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, And they found him, and they found them with him unto, and he found unto him across from the waters great, which are in Gibeon. All right, because all that just means towards or with, basically towards the waters great, which are in Gibeon. All right. Waya ata kol ha-anashim, waya lakwa laha lacham, I'm Yashamayala ban Nathanya, waya mataza awa atawa al mayam rabiam ashor bagabayan. Jeremiah 41:13. And it came to pass according to Salaki, what does it say? One second. And it came to pass according to when it was seen by the people which were with Ishmael and with Johanan the son of Korach, and all the captain of and all the princes of the hosts of the forces which were with him, and they rejoiced. Wayahaya ka ra'ath kol ha'aim ashor atha ya Shemayala atha ya Hanan ban Korach wa atha kol Sharya ha Chayalyam ashor atawa wayashamachwa. Verse 14. And they went about all the people which were taken captive by Ishmael from Mizpah, and they returned, and they went unto Johanan the son of Korach. Wayasabwa kol ha'aim ashor shaba Yashamayala man ha matazapa Wayashabwa Wayalakwa al Yachanan ban Korach. Jeremiah 41:15. And Ishmael the son of Nethaniah escaped with upon 8 men, basically with 8 men, or it's like amongst 8 men from before Yochanan, and they went unto the sons of Ammon. Wayashamayala ban Nathanya Namalat ba Shamna Anashiam ma Panya Yachanan Wayalak al Banya Aman. Verse 16. And he took Johanan the son of Korach and all the princes of the forces which were with him unto all of that remained of the people which were which had been turned back from Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, from Mizpah, after he had smote unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahiaquam, even the mighty men of war, and the women and the children, and the eunuchs, which had been turned back from Gibeon. So it reads, Wayakwach, Yachanan, Ban, Korach, Wakal, Sharyah, Ha, Chayalyam, Ashur, Athawa, Atha, Kal Sha'aryath, Ha'aim, Ashur, Ha-Shayab, Ma'ath, Yashamayala, Bun, Nathaniah, Man, Ha-Matazapah, Achor, Hakah, Atha, Gedaliah, Bun, Achayaquam, Gabaryam, Anashia, Ha-Malachama, Wa-Nashiam, Watab, Wa-Sarasyam, Ashur, Ha-Shayab, Ma-Gabayan. Salakia. Verse 17, and they went and they turned back from the sojourning. Basically, it's just another way to point out a location. Here it's habitation. The word for habitation is Nawah, all right? Habitation, residence. This is just another way to say it, because the word gar means to sojourn, all right? So they turned back from amongst those that sojourned in Kumham, which is Chimham, which is next to Bethlehem, to go to enter into Egypt. Waya Lakwa, Waya Shawa, Ba-Garath, Kumham, Ashur, Atazal, Bayath, Lacham, La Lakath, La Ba'a, Matazarium. Let's look at that word, Atazal. All right. Salakia, bear with me 1 second. So verse 17, we actually already read this verse. Salakia. Verse 18. From before the Chaldeans, because they were afraid from before them, because he had smote Ishmael the son of Nethaniah unto Gedaliah the son of Ahiaquam, which he had appointed the king of Babylon in the land. Ma panya ha kashadiam kaya ya ra'awa ma panyaham kaya haka ya Shemayala ban Nathaniah Atha Gadal Yahweh ban Ahiaquam Ashur ma pakyad Malak babal ba ratazah. So with that, this is Jeremiah chapter 41, going into the Hebrew. It's Brother Yatazadak, hero of Israel. And as always, Lord willing, you were edified. Giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the Great Millstone. Kwame Asherala, Abad Ball, Shalom.